Okay, so we fried the chicken off and we've just sealed it on the edge, just put a little bit of colour on it. You see there's a bit of colour, that's all we've done with that. Prawns, we've done the same with the prawns, we just wanted to colour them on one side. I don't want to colour them on the other side. Colour them on one side and I'll show you why later. What we've done now is we've put peppers, chorizo, garlic, 2 chilies in, 1 green, 1 red. No seeds in the green one because they're a bit stronger. Whacked all that in there. Now we've just put in 1 cup of rice per 2 people, so about 5 cups of rice because this size of this pan is about 10 people. And we're just going to fry that off in that butter and in that oil. Keep an eye on it, don't let it catch, not yet.
Yeah.
One of the best things about paella is when it catches.
Yes.
And it gets crispy, but that's later, we don't want that yet. You can see all the oil and all the butter's gone.
Yeah.
It's all soaked up into the rice. Oh, it's going to be fun, dabby dozy. So, what we're going to do now is add the stock. So, if you remember what's in the stock, fish stock this one. So it's fish stock, loads of mixed herbs, saffron
Yeah.
and paprika.
Oh, paprika.
Yeah.
All of the paprika.
This
Oh,
smoked
the
paprika.
smoked
Yeah.
So you've made that stock, Andy? So
Yeah.
could someone use the fish stock or?
Just use fish stock cubes if you want to do that. Use fish stock cubes, simple,
Yeah.
and add your ingredients, and then just let it sit in the fridge for a few hours, or even the day before. Do it the day before, and let it infuse, and it'll be just not going to be as good as making an actual fish stock, but it'll still be great. You'll have no complaints about it. Look at the colour of it. You know it's going to taste nice just by the colour of it. So let's get the heat up.
What fish did you use for your stock?
Tail ends again. Don't matter what you've got, just whack it all in. I like to use seafood, prawns especially me, because when the head's released and the juices come out there, that makes a fabulous stuff. But just tail ends of fish. So whatever I can't remember, I just had a bag of frozen bones and tail ends. So then put it in, don't whack it all in one hit. Nice little bit of sizzle. You could add some wine at this point, but being as we're all teetotal, I don't think it's a good thing at the moment. So get your heat whacked up now.
So what consists? How much stock do you put in?
Double the amount, so double the water to the rice.
Right.
So if you've got 5 cups of rice, then do 10 cups of
10 cups.
water, 10 cups of stock.
10 cups of stock. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, it's a time thing now. But you can see it's starting now. It's starting to make a bit of movement about it. It's starting to look a bit sexy.
You like sexy? Sexy's good.
Yeah, colours are great, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you want to eat.
Yeah, you want to eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll put a bit more in now.
So what's the largest paella, as in per person you've ever done?
Wait there, I'll show you.
Can't wait. Oh, here we go. Here he is.
That one. That's the biggest one I've ever done. That one. All right.
That's bigger than you.
It's bigger than this. It's a waiting game now. So let's just let
What was
it.
that wine time then?
Yeah, wine time.
Yes, we bought Andy a nice bottle of. We're not sponsored by it, by the way, but
Yes, you
it's
want
very,
to.
very good.
I tried that with the old tomato. What's it? Chopped tomatoes, but nobody got back to
Tomato
that.
what's this? I thought it
Yeah.
was cheesy what's
Yeah, but these are tomato flavour. Where'd you get that? Aldi? It's very nice. It's very nice.
We've been informed that there's a nice
It's nice,
Aldi.
that. Everybody goes to Aldi now. Everybody.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like garlic bread, isn't it? Right, Aldi. Yeah. Garlic bread.
That's really nice, actually, that.
That's not bad actually.
Quite a
It's
shock.
just, it's just been opened.
That's quite a shock for you, too, that.
Yeah.
That smells really nice. But we're not wine snobs.
Very, very fruity, isn't it? Very.
Yeah, yeah.
It smells
It'll
very,
go
very.
nice with you.
Oh, do you remember her? Do you remember, oh, what was that? The really posh bird who used to do wine.
Oh, on the white food Susha.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, she used to drive me insane, didn't she? Remember, what were her name?
Yes.
There'll have been 60 different things in that she could name.
Oh, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Excuse me.
There
I'm
were a
just
strange
finished
attraction
this
to her, though, weren't there?
one. No, definitely not.
Yeah, there was.
Right, cut that bad boy bubbling away. So we're just reducing now. See the colour's coming as well. Look at that colour.
Fucking nice, that.
Yeah, it's nice that.
Can't wait to get it for it to be sticky.
Yeah, in a bit.
That's
Yeah,
great,
I agree, totally. Totally.
Yeah.
But what's great to do on is if you buy a small paella pan, which you can buy them sort of this sort of size, to finish it off, stick it in the oven. And it just crisps everything up, top and bottom. That's a great way of doing it. But obviously we haven't got another, we've got another big enough for that one, but we haven't got one. Can't believe it, I'm getting pissed. I've not had anything to eat or drink all day.
I'm thinking about taxi.
Sounds a good plan.
You must be up in the morning.
Yeah, I know, but it's early, yeah.
Slightly, it's slightly thicker. You see it, obviously those were, they were tiny little pieces,
Yeah.
a little bit bigger now.
Yeah.
But they're still rock hard, so but you can just see them.
Yeah.
So hence when we talk about don't put too much rice in.
Yeah, it's surprising how much
Yeah,
rice is in it now.
if you remember how much we
Yeah.
put in, there was hardly any. Look at it now.
Yeah.
Right, so look at the consistency now. See, a lot of this turning the heat right down. A lot of the liquid's gone now. Yeah, but still nowhere near cooked.
But it's in the rice now.
It's all soaked it up. We're gonna
All the flavour of that stock is in the rice.
yeah, all gone into it. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna put the tomatoes in now and turn the heat back in. So again, I don't always put tomatoes in, but just to
Can I
give
give it a stir?
Yeah, do it in that please.
Right, here we go again.
Right, you
So,
ready?
What's next, Andy?
So, you see it's got this consistency to it now.
Yep.
So the tomatoes obviously, we may need a little bit more water, but we'll judge that in a minute.
Right, okay.
So what we're going to do now, we're just going to build it up now.
Yep.
Buttercup.
Okay, that's a good song cue for you.
Build it up, buttercup baby, then you let me down.
Let me down.
Mess me around and then worst of all, never stop baby till you say you will. But I love you still, I need, anyway enough of that. So, we're going to put this chicken in, because obviously that needed a bit more cooking. So, we'll whack that in, juice and all.
Yep. So,
Martin will
do I need to
mix,
cook up a little
mix
bit?
it all in. No, not yet, let's build it up. And
Okay.
there's lots of heat in there, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The handle feels quite well.
Yeah, and the pan is such a thick steel pan that it holds lots of heat, so it's fine at the minute.
It's a rain pan.
Do you want one of those, Danny?
Yeah.
You'll have to ring Barry from Bolton so he's got another one. You can make another one off him. Oh yes,
Smooth it
just
round.
turn up a wee bit.
Turn it up a wee bit. I like
That's
that
it.
saying wee bit.
And again,
Quite a lot.
once you've got it set, like we're going to do in a minute, once we've got it all in and everything set, we leave it alone.
Right.
Because obviously the more you mess around with rice, the more it breaks the starch out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So once we've got everything in it and we're happy, we'll start to leave it alone a bit. So we're ready to build now.
Yeah, we're ready to build now.
So, we're salting, are we on, yeah?
Yeah.
We're salt and peppering our fish. Obviously, the swordfish is a little bit firmer than the others.
Mm-hmm.
So Martin, if you want to whack the swordfish in first.
Yes, I will. Oh, yes.
And it's halibut. So I can beautifully done.
We'll whack that in and mix that in. Once you mix it in, just relax.
Yeah, it's not exactly starting to catch, but I do see where, how you say that it might need a little bit of water in it.
Yeah, I think it's going to need a little bit, but once we... Right, so we're in with that. So next, the old monkfish takes a little bit more cooking than the old halibut.
So we'll
doesn't
have
it?
the monkfish.
So get your monkfish in.
Monkfish in. Which are available from the Gentleman Fishmonger in Doncaster.
Let's put a bit of that liquid in because there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's good.
So then just stir it in and forget it. Right, let's get the old halibut in.
Yeah. Bit of halibut as well. Well, let's just
Quickly on.
Take that bit of polystyrene out.
Oh yeah, that
Came
helped.
from the market.
Yeah, that went from me. That would have been from me. So now just gently stir that in, just so that it goes underneath the rice. That's all it needs to do, really.
Yeah.
And try and spread it evenly throughout
Yeah.
the dish.
Yeah. You're itching to get it out.
No, you're doing an amazing job. Again, we're going to do a bit more salt and pepper.
It's not starting to stick, but it's ready to start.
Yeah, well, we'll just turn it down a wee bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so warm, we don't
Yeah.
need. So that's it. So it's once you've got it under the
Leave it.
rice, just leave it. Yeah, don't keep messing.
Pass it and leave it.
Salt and pepper again. Sorry about salt and pepper, but can't help it. Okay, next thing, your mussels.
The move.
Right, the beauty about a mussel is, as we all know, when they start to cook, they release juices out of them.
Yep.
So I love to do this with it. So, we know that's the root of the mussel, this part opens. So get the mussel, stick it in that way.
Right. Right.
So it sits like that.
I never thought to do that.
And then as
Yeah,
it, as it
it's
opens, it releases the juices into it. Plus it looks a bit nicer. So let's whack them in.
I've just
See, look at that. See, that looks great.
beautiful. Yeah, it does look amazing.
So, mint. So that's going in nice.
Sarah's shaking her head at the moment.
That looks cool. It's because Martin's pissed.
I know, it's straight to my head now.
Okay, squid. Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Martin, do you mind? Your fingers are dry, mine are.
Salt and pepper, so.
Plenty of it, mate.
So this is
Yeah.
white pepper.
Ideal.
Any more?
No, it's plenty.
Yeah, no
Some
more.
salt.
Yeah,
please.
go on.
Bit of salt, please. What I've done with this squid is, you don't have to do, but I've opened the bodies of the squid and then I've just crisscrossed them a bit and then cut them into it. It just lets, everybody talks about it to tenderise it, doesn't it?
Okay.
So it just opens it up so that you can get some more
Yeah,
flavour
because
into
a
it.
lot of people say you've got to soak it in milk to make it, you know, softer. But
The only time squid is no good is when people overcook it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see the cups in it now. As you're putting it out.
So just stick it into the rice a little bit. I will wash my hands, obviously. So there we go with that.
Looking good.
We'll just tuck that all in a little bit, and then we're going to turn the heat up a little bit, just to get a bit of intensity through it. So that looks ace! So, sorry guys, so we're building up the paella. So we're going to put our prawns back in. So the reason obviously we did that side is because this side's not cooked, so we're going to put them in
The other one.
that way down. So we're just going to put them all the way around the outside edge. So we'll whack all them in. Do you want to do that, mate?
Yeah.
And I'll, we're going to put some tomato, fresh tomato over the top.
I need to do some.
And then we're just going to few of these over the top.
Look at that.
These are vine tomatoes because they've obviously got a bit more flavour in them.
Yeah.
And I'm just, that now is looking fabuloso.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers, mate. Looks ace, doesn't it? Looks nice, that.
Amazing. Yeah, it's got
It's still a bit firm, still a bit al dente. It's not a million miles off. That's it, we're cooking the gas. So these are fresh chives out of the garden.
I can't see you, just a second. Let me spin around and you'll be able to see.
oh, fresh chives.
Well, out of the garden. So we're going to put some of these in right at the end. I prefer chives rather than spring onions. Some people use spring onions, so they're not as strong. Anyway,
Anyway, that's it.
how's it doing?
It's doing beautiful. Just turn it down.
Right, so what we're going to do now,
Yeah, just no, that's when the chives went.
brilliant.
That's looking brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I used to say.
Oh, amazing. I love stories like that.
It's off. The heat's off and it's still. So we need to give it a couple of minutes.
And the heat's still off on that.
The heat's off. The heat's off completely. Need to give it a couple of minutes. Let it do this.
How sticky has this gone underneath? So we don't have to move it, we don't have to
No,
turn it
you
over.
just leave it alone.
Just leave it. So you're waiting for it to go
Yeah,
sticky.
because you see how it's getting a little bit crispy on the edges
Yeah.
there. Well, obviously you want it to be a bit crispy
Yeah,
on the
good.
bottom as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd still leave it a little bit because it's still out. It's still bubbling, isn't it?
Yes.
Let it
Yeah,
relax.
I can see it bubbling.
So you would think we've been cooking it all this time that the fish would lose its consistency, but it hasn't. It's kept its shape. It's kept its firmness. And it's absolutely stunning. It's soaked up all them juices. Let's try it. Ready? Oh yeah, see it's all stuck. See how it's all stuck together? Oh, you're having a laugh.
Alright.
So it's ooh, a bit of juice out of it. Senorita, Senora.
I need the biggest plate that I can find. And I'll sit down. I need some snap.
Get some right front middle, Martin. Scrape some of it. Oh, scrape some of that sticky stuff up.
I'm not messing about.
Oh, some of that sticky
I'm
stuff
having
up.
it. And I'm having a large portion.
How is he not the size of a house?
Because he walks about 40,000 steps a day.
yeah. Yeah.
He only sleeps about 3 hours a day, bless him.
I'm in 2 pieces of lemon.
You can have as many as you want.
Time for everyone to go home. Sarah and Martin are here. They've had 5 bottles of my best vintage vino. Jesus, all I want was a beer.